Hi, I'm Fraser Douglas, the avid tent camper. This is a beautiful weekend in June of 2020. Ava and I have come up to Monte Sano State Park in Huntsville, Alabama, and set up camp. My sister and her husband have set up camp just across the street here. And my other sister and my son came up yesterday, and we had a wonderful afternoon together.
Here we all are together.
Let me show you our setup. We've got the car backed up into our campsite, and you'll see we got our chuck box and cooler in the back of the car so we can get all of our food there. That's our Camp Chef Dutch oven table with a woody campfire stove on top of it. And you can't see it, and to the left is a large folding Dutch oven lid stand, which I'll be using as a trivet for baking the biscuits.
This is a close-up picture of that folding lid stand.
You'll see I've got my prep table over here, and I'll show you more about that prep table in just a few seconds. We've got our kitchen canopy. It's a Flexion gazebo that was given to us by Cindy Gallagher. And we've got our Eureka Copper Canyon LX8 tent. Ava and Lalo are still in bed. It's about 6:15 in the morning. I'm going to be starting a fire here in a few minutes. Now, in this video, I want to show you how I make sausage gravy and biscuits for breakfast. Stay tuned. And I might mention that making a campfire cooking video I have discovered to be very, very difficult, because making a fire and keeping the fire, mixing the ingredients and cooking the ingredients and videoing are all full-time jobs. And for one person to do all three is a little difficult.
To make my fire this morning, I decided to practice my flint and steel fire-making skills instead of a butane lighter. To start the fire, I'll need a small piece of char cloth shown in the shoe polish can on the right, and a small piece of hemp rope. I begin by separating the hemp rope into individual strands. Then I wrap this nest of strand inside of a crumpled up piece of computer paper. Then I hit my steel striker on my piece of flint with a piece of char cloth on top of it. When I get a spark on that char cloth, then I put it inside of my nest of hemp rope. Then I blow on the char cloth until I get a flame, and then I put kindling on top of the flame. And very quickly I'll have a roaring fire. To make my biscuits, I use a package of Biscuits buttermilk biscuit mix. The directions are on the back, but I substitute milk for the water, and I add a small amount of sour cream and melted butter. I melt my butter in a frying pan. Today I accidentally added an egg, which made a very wet dough, and so I had to add a little extra Biscuit to get it dry enough to work with. Here's my wet dough ball. I still had to add a little more Biscuit to it, and you'll notice that I've got a floured surface to work on. After adding a little extra Biscuit mix, flattening the dough out, and folding it over about 5 times, I was ready to cut my biscuits with my measuring cup. I put my cut biscuits into this Fat Daddy-O 8-inch cake pan that was lightly greased with butter. Then I put the cake pan with the biscuits in it inside of my Bayou Classic 4-quart Dutch oven, placed the Dutch oven on the trivet, and then put hot wood coals on top of the lid and under the bottom. The directions say to bake it for 11 minutes in a 450-degree oven, but with this firewood setup, I had to bake it a little longer, about 15 minutes, until it looked pretty good. While my biscuits were baking, I started browning my sausage. I was using a half a pound of Tennessee Pride mild sausage. I cut 2 patties for Ava, and then I chopped the rest of it up into small pieces to mix in with my sausage biscuit gravy. To make the gravy, I'm using the Pioneer pepper gravy mix. Normally you use a Pioneer sausage gravy mix, but it was not available in the store today. The directions on the back of the package are very simple. Just heat 1.5 cups of water to boiling and then mix the gravy in with a half a cup of cold water. I boiled the water in this Pathfinder 2-quart bush pot, which is one of my favorite cooking pots. When the water reaches the boiling point, I'll add the mixed up gravy and the brown sausage, and then stir it until it gets thick. Well, the water is boiling here. I've got my gravy mixed up, and so I'm going to add my gravy mix to the water and I've got to stir it, and I'm gonna add my crushed up sausage. My ground up sausage. And I've got to stir now until it thickens. Come here and look down in here. Oops, it's getting hot. I need to put a glove on here. Looking pretty good. Hot. I think that's pretty thick. So I'm gonna take it off the fire.
Don't turn this off. You need it.
Oh. You want to boil water?
Yeah.
We'll just have to cut all that out. Okay. Because of the egg that was added, the biscuits had more of a cake-like texture, but they were very good. My brother-in-law and sister sure didn't complain.
Well, I hope that you've enjoyed this video, and I hope that it inspires you to try making sausage and breakfast on one of your future campouts.
For more information about campfire meals and camp kitchen setup, please visit my website, moderntentcamping.com. A link is provided in the description below.
Remember, take more trips, travel further, visit more attractions, and save money. Go tent camping.